What is up, everybody? This is Mark with the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I am Mark with the Mike. I'm joined by Lou Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And, like always, we got a lot of wrestling to cover. We got some live show stuff that we'll talk about. We got, that we went to last night, and we saw RVD come out to Repent and Terror. We saw Sandman throw beer at people. It was great.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got AEW in New Jersey. Very big shows coming up. Next week is gonna be like a fucking TV pay-per-view with the show in Queens. So that's a lot of things going. We got WWE, new WWE World Champion Big E. That actually gave me chills.
Wait. Now's the time. Can we please start calling him Biggie
Langston?
He got the belt, but I want his last name back, please.
Biggie Langston. Very, very, very. Like, just saying that just gave me chills. I'm extremely happy that Biggie is the world champion. It looks really good on him.
Same.
And we'll talk about that more. And then the whole thing with the New Day coming out and just like giving love, and that I love that stuff. Then we have some talk. Did you get to watch Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, I did.
So
I mean, I didn't get to see it on Vice, so I didn't get to see it 100% of everything. Some of the controversial stuff I didn't get to actually hear.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I'm missing. So
okay,
we'll talk about
that. All right, so so Dark Side of the Ring debuted a new season. Well, their second half of the season of season 3. There's gonna be stories of like Chris Canyon, Luna Vachon, and then the first episode was The Flight from Hell, which is pretty much, you know what's funny and it makes me laugh is that WWE did the story time of this event.
Okay.
And making it all animated and stuff like that, and kind of hypening all the shit that they're talking about, and they actually did a cartoon of it.
Oh.
So like the helicopter,
you know how long ago that was?
It's like the helicopter dick Ric Flair. They actually had that shit on there. Like they made those story times like adult cartoons, and I was like, yeah, that's fucked up.
Do you know how long ago that was?
Probably in the beginning of, well, not the beginning of the network, but it was part of the network.
Okay.
It was before Peacock. It was definitely before Peacock.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, so that's funny. But pretty much the Flight from Hell. It was a crazy story. It's pretty much they were going on a European tour. They were on a charter flight because they thought it would be easier for everyone just to go on a more comfortable flight and not have to worry about fans and things like that. Man, it was probably, they should have just let them travel the way they traveled. 100%. Everyone was on the plane. Jim Ross was kind of in charge of everyone, but he didn't really want to be in charge of everyone. There's some crazy shit that happened with Michael Hayes, and I know he like punched JBL in the face. I don't know for what particular reason, but he punched him in the face. JBL got up. You see how big JBL is. He knocked him the fuck out. And then you had...
there's a lot of that stuff. They said a lot of them because of people like Mr. Perfect who would play from some type of drug. They have the name. Mm-hmm. This was in the part that I did hear. It has a name, and they would like almost roofie each other as a joke.
Yeah. And
it made them make bad decisions, the actual drug.
Yeah.
And so they say he had some of it, and this was before he was on the drugs, so, and that's why he did that.
Yeah,
supposedly.
Yeah, so
maybe he's just a dick.
He lost his ponytail because of that, and this was fucking. That's the funniest part of this thing. The rest of it is not really that funny, but. Fucking 1, 2, 3, X-Pac cutting his ponytail, and to this day, I know for a fact Michael Hayes has a grudge on X-Pac because of that. To this day, he's mad about that ponytail.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like one of the funny parts of it. There was one with Brock Lesnar and Kurt Hennig, and Kurt Hennig throwing like shaving cream and slapping Brock Lesnar, and then them two getting into a fight. The things that really made this shit controversial was the sexual harassment that was going on in the plane. One towards the stewardess that kind of came out and actually talked about it on Dark Side of the Ring. She'd never talked about it before. This is the time she wanted to talk about it. There's a lot of controversy with him too, but her right now too, because they're kind of looking into a lot of shit that were reports on her that I've seen recently. Like yesterday, I was looking at like they kind of try to scam something or something like that, but there was a lot of fucking talk, and I'm not sure what that is. But for the what makes this controversial is one, Tommy Dreamer, kind of like victim blaming, and also kind of siding with Flair, as in he's like, oh, he's okay. We're like, these is what they got, boys will be boys and things like that. Nowadays, that boys will be boys like phrase does not work. It should not be here. There's no excuse for none of this. The other thing is that he was like, oh, I know for a fact he was not gonna do nothing. I was no like that. And they were kind of like joking about the helicopter, him doing helicopter. They were like very fascinated with Ric Flair's dick. And that was the other thing. Ric Flair, on the other hand, pretty much was kind of like not really like touching her and shit like that, but trying to get her to touch him in that way. So like in things like that, and they all was just saying, this is what guys did, these are what the guys would do. And then it was Tommy Dreamer came off like kind of encouraging it. And it kind of victim blaming the whole situation. And that's the reason why he got in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Flair, on the other hand, and now the fact that there's more stories coming out, and now Ric Flair is threatening to say his own parts of the story, there's going to be a lot of shit show going on right now. And Flair lost money because of this, because that car shield and things like that kind of like cut him loose. And he was originally about to sign with AEW to manage Andrade, and that's not going to happen right now because AEW stays away from that shit. So anything, like even Sami Guevara, he got in trouble for what his shit was. So it's a slippery slope, but yeah, that's the reason why I know for a fact they got blamed. So those are the things that came up, and that's the reason why they got a little in trouble for it. You cannot blame the victim, even though there's other things like that. While you're watching and the things that's showing, you cannot, like, he pretty much, and then this was a current interview. This was not in the past. This was like that. He had the double ponytail on this one. He was very current. So that's what hurt Tommy Dreamer's side. Like, he kind of victim blamed, and then he also just made it like seem like, hey, it happens and things like that, instead of like he had to choose his problem was he should have chose his words better. I think that was his biggest problem.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So he got suspended from Impact Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ric Flair right now, he's just got let go of things. Mike Shinoda, the Mike Chioda, which was the referee, he was another one that got kind of red flagged, but his ass is retired, so can't really do nothing to him. But yeah.
Okay.
And these were interviews. These are interviews that, like, the Dark Side of the Ring kind of opens up the way you talk and stuff like that. They don't ask for certain things, so these are more they, like, the wrestlers can't really blame them. These are the conversations you gave me permission to put up, so that's on y'all, because they gave them permission to put these the whole interview up.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
That's what happened.
I see a lot of they were very casual about the bad things that happened.
Yeah.
Like, not the funny stuff, not the fighting. They were casual about the sexual also, and then yeah. So I understand.
Yeah. So So like a lot of people had to come apologize, like, he's not gonna be with us and things like that. But Boston Radio had to say something about Tommy Dreamer because he's on the radio show. I know Tommy Dreamer had to apologize to all the women that he works with, because that's not cool. And you have a lot of women that look up to you in the business, especially Impact Wrestling. You have help development, you have a lot of people that really respect you. So that's something you have to go out your way and like just apologize for my comments are stupid. Sorry about that and that kind of shit.
Yeah, I understand. Makes sense.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, it was a good episode. It was interesting. Again, like the whole Michael Hayes shit with the ponytail had me fucking laughing. Other than that, like it wasn't not a funny situation. Then you also had Terry Runnels saying that Brock Lesnar kind of flashed her, and things like that. And as much as a lot of people were trying to turn on her as well, so what I read, and this is not trying to take a side or anything like that, is the fact that Terry Runnels has cried wolf before. And she started shit and cost someone, and then line up being nothing actually happened, and then she like that. But this time, a lot of people were saying that this is actually happening with Terry Runnels. It was, and then Dustin Rhodes would tell her not to say anything, just sell it, and like that. And that became like a common phrase on this episode. And I don't think nothing was gonna happen to Lesnar. I don't think no one really took anything towards Lesnar. I think he should see something out of it if it actually is true, but it is what it is.
I mean, what do you do? Find flashing you?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess
like you can't really do anything. And wasn't he like 23 or something like that?
Yeah, he was really young.
Yeah, I mean, people are real dumb when they're young. He didn't sexually assault her.
Yeah.
Like there's a line you gotta draw about punishment for things that happened 20 years. There's a line somewhere.
Yeah.
Can't just be digging up people's and trying to crucify them. So they gotta be very careful what they actually choose to try to get on people for. You know.
Yeah. So.
There's stuff. I figured. I'm just surprised. How long has he been a professional wrestler?
Who?
Flair.
Like 40 years.
I'm just saying, I'm surprised at the lack of people saying bad things about what he's done. So
because he had a way of court settling things.
That's what I'm saying is that they had that in this episode too.
Yeah.
The one thing I saw that JR said was the guy asked him flat out why did he to Ric Flair, and JR's answer was, "That's a good question."
Yeah.
And then he said he was a made man, and that was just about the answer.
Yeah, 100%.
So I understand, but I just like it's surprising this is the first one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I have a feeling there were a lot more. It's just that this one was the first one that came out like recently throughout everything that, and then Ric Flair kind of had like a big major reoccurrence with him being in a music video and things like that. So then this happened, and it's like, and you know what's funny? This is not the only one that's gonna be on. Is gonna have a controversial thing on Ric Flair.
Oh, really?
And then the fucked up thing is, I think is Ric Flair's son-in-law that's the producer of the show.
Is that so? Wow. Okay.
Like he likes to he gave the love to the Dark Side of the Ring guys and stuff like that. I think on the Renee Young's podcast he did.
Okay, gotcha.
But then there's also there's also a lot of people's sides of the story and things like that. But for now, this is what we've seen, and this is what happened, and this is how people respond to it. So it was not a good response to how some people talked about it. Simple as that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Beyond that, get into wrestling.
Yes, sir.
So we got Monday Night Raw. I actually thought it wasn't a bad show. I think Big E being at Raw, like having a statement of him cashing in and being at Raw, made Raw a lot more exciting.
I agree.
But it still had its problems.
I had a specific issue with some of the women's stuff. Not the quality of the matches, just the decisions.
Okay.
That's about it, really.
So we kick off. We had Shaina Baszler and wasn't Biggie opening up? Did he open up?
Well, they had a thing. Yeah. They were talking, and so.
Yeah, and that lineup being becoming a match down with Randy Orton and Bobby Lashley. Yeah. So Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, they were talking shit to each other. Biggie was there, and just declared his space that he has his money in the bank, and he might be cashing in tonight. Which I'm happy that he finally did it. Like I was waiting for him after Money in the Bank to actually do kind of something like this, so it was nice to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Then the first match was Charlotte Flair versus Shaina Baszler. Shaina just can't win a match. God damn it.
It's so sad. Yeah.
It was an alright match though. I don't think the match was bad. I don't mind the ending also with Alexa Bliss with Charlie the doll, which kind of looked
like I listen. That was low my favorite part of that match.
Yeah,
because I told you, not everything for me has hit with her character stuff, but recently I like what she's doing.
Yeah.
So.
Thing is, she's getting her flow of things, which is great.
Okay.
Because Alexa, like getting more like I think if you just give her the time to really promo, I think Alexa could sell anything. So just giving her the space to be the character she needs to be, I think you had to do that more. Because then you see the natural like jokes and stuff like that she could easily come up with.
I have to give credit to Charlotte as well, because she played the perfect person to Alexa's crazy person.
Yeah.
And like their both during that whole segment was actually pretty good. So
yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Then we got Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders versus Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Shanky.
And the Putty Squad.
Yeah. They're pretty much the Putty Squad, right?
Yeah, they always lose.
And Jinder Mahal's Goldar.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Jinder Mahal's Goldar, and the other two are the Putties. Yeah, it was. You know who exactly was gonna win. You saw where it was gonna go. This was just I guess it was just a throwaway match because I thought Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre would be done with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. Why are they still going? I don't know.
I guess to get the Viking Raiders on TV.
Yeah, I guess so.
We had the United States champion Damian Priest had an open challenge, and Jeff Hardy accepted the open challenge. A really good match.
I agree. Very, very good. I like the match a lot. Jeff showing people stuff, man. I'm just saying.
Jeff Hardy should be one of your main eventer kind of shit, because he is still extremely charismatic and still gets a pop like crazy. You know how big a pop Matt Hardy got yesterday because he kind of like mystery partner, and that the Hardy Boys music hit, and everyone thought it was actually Jeff Hardy. And I knew it was not Jeff Hardy, but I was like, yeah, they ain't gonna let him fucking do this. But the fact that the music hit and everyone thought it, that shit popped like crazy. So
nice.
You need Jeff Hardy is charismatic. He always gonna have that pop. So use it to your advantage. So yeah, Damian Priest won. Really good match. Sheamus came in and pretty much beat the shit out of Priest.
He was on commentary too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on commentary. It was actually pretty funny.
So that's pretty funny. I like Sheamus talking.
Nikki Ash defeats women's tag team champion Tamina.
I know this was a little funky at the end. I like the match.
Yeah.
I gotta give credit to Tamina because there was a while since she's had like her little renaissance, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I appreciate about her in comparison to other people who were supposed to be tough is that this looked like she's whooping somebody's ass.
Yeah.
I love that. So
it was good. It had a weird pin situation. I think Tamina was actually supposed to go over, and then she didn't kick out on time.
So that's the thing that looked a little. It was just like, hey, why do the women's champs continuously lose?
But then it goes into the next match and they still lose, so it doesn't really matter anymore. Because Rhea Ripley defeats Natalya right after. Anytime they fight, they actually have a really good match. It's just, the tag team women's tag matches can't fucking get a win.
Agree.
So there you go. Then we got AJ Styles, Almas and Mason T-Bar defeat the New Day and Mansoor and Ali. I liked the match.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun match. But yeah, AJ and Almas take it.
Yes, sir.
We got Doudrop versus Eva Marie. Okay.
Yeah. Again, literally just a story match. So
yeah.
Is this the first time she actually beat her? Because remember, she kept running.
Yeah. This was the actual match. Yeah.
There
and then
we finally got that.
Yeah. And then we have the main event, the WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley defeats Randy Orton. Match was a hell of a match.
I agree. I thought the match was actually pretty good. I love doing the "you got knocked the F out" when he laid down.
Yeah.
Right next to MVP.
I think he broke a rib too.
Well, that was story because I don't know if you saw because I follow him on socials. So his tweet was like, "Oh yeah, let me get fixed too." So I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because he still had a lot of ongoing stuff from his knee. So.
Oh, cool. So yeah, he took the RKO. Orton loses, Bobby Lashley wins, and then we hear Big E's theme music. And
yes, sir.
The crowd erupted. It was a great pop, and it was great to see this again. Big E runs in. They actually have a little scuffle. They actually wasn't like a straight win. Like there was a little scuffle. There was a little scares that Big E was gonna lose it. So I like that they did it like that. Bobby Lashley did a hell of a job. Big E did a hell of a job. We see the big ending, and 1, 2, 3, Big E, your new WWE World Champion.
Great moment. Good moment. I thought it was the feel-good moment of the week, right?
100%. I don't think that there's a bigger moment than this week.
So,
I had the feels like I had when Kofi won it. Like we're in this podcast, we're humongous fans of the New Day and Big E and Kofi Xavier. So seeing anything happy with them just makes me excited. And then now we just need a King of the Ring for Xavier.
It's coming.
Yes.
So if he don't win, we riot.
And then also, Big E needs new side plates. So, WWE, what's taking you long with the side plates? He's still got the last two side plates. Get that shit going.
Give that man his flowers.
One thing I will say 100% that I love too, and it's something that just touched my heart, especially after Big E won, is that everybody from AEW to Impact Wrestling to New Japan to some celebrities and everything like that just showing love to Big E.
That's good. You want to see it. You
had the likes of Bray Wyatt. You had the likes of Kenny Omega. You had the likes of the Bucks saying something for Big E and things like that. It's nice to see that how big the wrestling world is, how small it really is, and just like seeing how much love a lot of people have for each other and stuff like that. So that's always a positive thing to see, especially with a guy like Big E that's known to just be loved by everybody backstage.
Yes, sir.
And I know for a fact that was a big morale boost for WWE backstage.
Now let's hope they keep the ball rolling
and
have some good stuff lined up.
Yeah. Because I don't even know who's, I guess it maybe be a triple threat and Randy Orton and Bobby Lashley.
Well, I guess so.
Maybe I can see that being a triple threat.
Maybe he's just going to have maybe this bloodline thing will. No, because he can't have.
No, they already announced it Monday night. Bloodline versus New Day.
No. I mean, a reference to that being something that they could do long term.
Well, they're gonna do Survivor Series definitely. So that's gonna be something that building on to Survivor Series.
So
because it's usually champion versus champion, so it's probably gonna be. I would like to see just Big E versus Roman Reigns.
He said I'll see you.
Yeah.
That's going into Friday. He said I'll see you at Survivor Series.
But they already announced Bloodline versus Big E, the New Day at Monday Night Raw this week.
But I'm talking about a storyline wise.
Yeah.
Because this match, there's no story with that, so I want them to pump up that story.
Yeah. And
it's
easy.
Some long term stuff.
It's easy. Usos and New Day, they have history like crazy. So anytime they're gonna fight, you're gonna get a hell of a match.
And they're not on the same show, so I wonder how they're gonna keep this going too.
So pretty much this draft hits October 1st and 2nd. So maybe the next couple of weeks you're gonna see SmackDown and Raw wrestlers kind of mix it up in the next couple of weeks because of the draft.
That'd be cool.
And then you lead into Survivor Series. Oh, well, there's going to be one more pay-per-view in October, which I think is Hell in a Cell.
Oh, okay.
And then November you have... No, did Hell in a Cell pass already? They put it up earlier this year. Usually Hell in a Cell looks during this month, but let me see if there's something real fast. Hell in the Cell. I believe I watched the Hell in a Cell match this year. So yeah, it was in June.
Okay.
So let's see, October WWE pay-per-view. The Crown Jewel. They're going back to Saudi.
For Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's gonna be October's pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, his Goldberg match. When's his Goldberg match?
I think he's gonna get Goldberg at fucking Saudi.
So maybe that's gonna be his next big thing, right?
Yeah, Big E's gonna take out Goldberg.
I hope so.
He better. They don't want us going over there. Cause I'm gonna be angry and jet lagged, so someone gonna get hurt. Yeah. Oh shit. All right. So yeah, Monday Night Raw has some exciting moments. I think Big E just winning the WWE Championship was like my favorite thing this week. And then the amount of love he got afterwards and stuff like that. So it was really nice to see. The show overall, I'm gonna give it a B.
You know what? Up to a B plus. I'll be fair. The Big E moment was a big thing.
Yeah.
I like how they did it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the championship match. So it was all good.
No, I'm gonna write it. I'll give it a B plus.
And Jeff Hardy and Priest, very, very good. Yeah. Gotta give him credit.
I think something I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it. We talk about it a lot because has been some of our favorite matches. But how good the U.S. title, the title picture has been on Raw. I don't think it gets the credit that it does. It don't get the credit it deserves.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because
I can see that.
Sheamus kind of beats the shit out of people before they get the U.S. title shot.
That's true.
And then when Sheamus actually defends it, they're fucking awesome matches. And then Priest getting in that mix with Sheamus and McIntyre, that was a fantastic match as well. And seeing Priest going toe to toe with them, he's about the same size and stuff like that. So you had those athletic big dudes fucking just beating the shit out of each other. I feel like the U.S. title has been treated a lot better than the IC title. And that's sad. It may sadden to me because the IC title is one of my favorite titles. So I always want that one to be something to look at. But I feel like they've been slacking with that one. I feel like WWE going could book one of those titles right. If they don't book the U.S. title right, they're not booking the IC title right. It's one of the two. They can't do both consistently.
Yeah, I understand. They were actually doing a better job with Apollo than they have with Shinsuke.
Yeah. Because
I'm just saying, where has his big title defenses been since he won?
No, he's gonna have it next Friday against Apollo.
But free Apollo defended it maybe almost every other week since he. So it's damn, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, Monday Night Raw, I'll give it B plus. I want to give just a shout out to the U.S. title the title picture, because as much as the things of Raw sometimes don't hit and things like that, something that we could always guarantee and was extremely consistent was that U.S. title picture.
Yes, sir.
So shout outs to them. And now we go into the debut of NXT 2.0. You know what? I'll let you go first in your first thoughts of the NXT 2.0.
I feel like it's inconsistent. I like presentation, as in the arena. I think it's nice, a little bit updated from the other one.
It's vibrant.
The is vibrant, yeah. For the ring itself, I don't like it as much as I thought I would.
Okay.
The white on white, I don't really like that too much. Like the ropes being white, I don't mind. The posts being white, for me, I don't know why. It's just, it doesn't hit with me. I have to give some crap to the camera cuts, because from Raw, it bugs me.
Yeah.
Like this week, if you notice, they were cuts and during the matches and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It was NXT that Monday Night Raw kind of shit.
That's what I said. Like NXT did not have that style.
Yeah.
For their camera quality, like they kind of centered on different angles, and you could see like the match angles.
Yeah.
I don't like the cuts. That's
I agree with that.
Majority of my big issues with it. Other than that, it's not like they changed the commentary team.
Yeah.
Changed the backstage people. The talent's still the same talent. So on that end, it's fine. Yeah. It's just a little bit of the production stuff. That's my minus.
Yeah, I think my biggest issues was with that too, and I think it was heavily because Kevin Dunn was backstage for the production of NXT 2.0. Shawn Michaels is the one that was running the show, and it was Kevin Dunn producing it. So pretty much he was the one that's controlling the camera angles and things like that. And I'll say I'll probably had the same issues, like with the camera issues and stuff like that. Even though WWE is probably the highest quality of cameras and stuff like that, it felt too much like Raw, and that was my problem with it. Like, that's the reason why we watch NXT, is to get away from the aesthetics of just the same old shit with Monday Night Raw. It's always different. Me being a NXT person, I've been watching NXT since I randomly found it on Hulu. And then I watched the episode, I enjoyed it, and then I went back into their first episode that they had in Full Sail University. And I loved it. I loved what they were doing. I loved the fact that nobody on that show. So when I actually learned about them, it made me more of a fan. I think that's what they're trying to do with this one, is the fact that they want you to get introduced to these people. So when they go to the main roster, you're excited to see them again. And I think that was the original plan of NXT and what it was, because I remember, like, when Seth Rollins debuted in the Shield, he was a big thing because he was from NXT. I was more excited for that because I saw him on NXT. He was the first NXT champion. When Big E got drafted, I was following Big E. Big E was the second NXT champion. So I think that's where they're going with what NXT should be, and I think that's what they're trying to get back into. I understand it. I'm fine with it, as long as it doesn't take away from the match quality and the things like the NXT I know for. I'm fine with it. But there's the big but. If Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn is being controlling of it, there's going to be a lot of issues with it.
Yeah, I agree. The issues with, like you said, presentation about the camera work and stuff. And they need to stop.
Yeah. Because I actually think I see where they're going with it. I understand what they're going to go with it. But I do know for a fact that this is where they're going. They're going back to the NXT before the first the Arrival pay-per-view. That's the NXT they're going back to. So basically, they used to have veterans, or they used to have main roster people come visit, and they used to do a match and try to elevate people and things like that, like Cesaro with Sami Zayn, like Jericho coming in to fight Bray Wyatt. You had Ziggler coming in to fight Rusev. Punk and Seth Rollins tag teamed against Jinder Mahal and someone else. So you had those veteran times and things like that, but it gave a rub to the new people and stuff like that. So I could see that going in that route. You kind of see it in this. They kind of introduced like 6 new characters. One I think stood out. The rest was like, meh. I did like I thought Steiner. I'm not calling him his Bronson Berserker. I don't like the name. That is his name is Bronson and his last name is
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. I don't like that. So Braun Steiner. He's Steiner. He's the Steiner. And then what bothers me is like, oh, they don't want to mention Steiner, but I was like, yo, why he's wearing fucking Rick Steiner's get up then?
Yeah, that's much. You know, it's weird. That's the weirdest thing I think that it was just like, why? Look at him.
Yeah. Vic Joseph said something with the dog face gremlin.
Yeah, I think I might, but I mean, at least they know.
Yeah. So I didn't like how they booked it was LA Knight with Braun Breaker. I was like, I understand why they did it. They just wanted a big fucking start for that guy. So it was cool. It was a decent. He looked pretty solid. Still a little green, but he looked more like, honestly, he looked more in tune than the rest of the new people we saw on TV that week.
He looked like he's been doing the damn thing. He looked like he's ready to like set it up already.
He looked.
But my problem was, would you beat one man up 2 times in one night and not even really have it cool?
Yeah.
Point in this in the story.
Yeah.
So they kind of wasted LA Knight getting his ass beat twice, and that bothers me. I like LA Knight.
Yeah. He looked good. The only thing I'll say with him was he has to find the spots a little better. Other than that, like, he looks extremely solid. He actually looked more like Scott Steiner than anything that Rick ever did.
Suplexes, man. He's throwing people around.
Yeah, so
then again, WCW Rick Steiner was a beast.
Yeah, he was. So I like what I saw. Hopefully we see more of a personality. But other than that, it was a good start for him. We had Imperium defeat Josh Briggs and Brooks Jessamine. Jessamine is the son of that dude that used to be with Big Boss Man. I forgot his name.
Talking about Hakeem the African Dream?
No. Not
you
that
said
far.
He used to be with Big Boss Man.
He was Big Boss Man, but no, not there during that time. A lot later.
Bill
Buchanan.
Bill Buchanan.
Yeah, that's the son of Bill Buchanan.
Yes.
So
okay, cool.
See, that's the thing. Is like, I feel like you can sell these guys better if you add the heritage with them. So I know for a fact that Braun Breaker Steiner. He's gonna be Steiner. He's Steiner. He's a second generation superstar. Yeah, I think you would sell him better as a second generation superstar. This dude too. Like, just talk about his heritage. Like, we're into that. Like, look at The Rock. Look at fucking Randy Orton. They're all third generation wrestlers. So we like that still storyline. So keep that. Like, actually have that. We had Bfab versus Cortina Cortez. Bfab needs a lot of work. Lots of work.
I agree.
Lots of work. Very Jade-ish in this one. Like, that's the first person I thought when I looked at her. I'm like, wow, she's as green as her. Damn. Just keep rapping and just being on the side, man. Don't go over in the ring yet. Take some time. But that was not impressive. The impressive part was the promos, and I liked the promos and things like that. I actually like their rivalry, I really do. So I'm all fine with that. Just stop wrestling, please. Don't wrestle again for a bit.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Anything else you want to add to that? But no.
No, that pretty much sums it up.
I actually thought that was the girl who's gonna be part of Phantasma. She just not. She was the chick that was hanging out with Sin Cara for that short period of time.
Yeah, I remember. That's true.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes introduced Trick Williams. I did not know where the hell this promo was going, so I was really disappointed with this.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really do anything for me.
No.
That's just what it did.
And so far, like, he's been solid with his promos, so this one, it was not really there. Yeah, Tracy Carrazzo and Kaden Carter defeat Gigi Dolan and Jace Jan. And then it became a three-way because Mandy Rose came back and revealed she had dark hair. Oh, my God.
I can't believe that she wore a mask because she was going to dye her hair. What?
Yeah, that I thought she was going to have like a whole Joker-looking shit. Like, she was going to look demented. Remember, like, when that scene when he unwraps the fucking... And then Batman 89? When he wraps his face and shit, I thought we were gonna get one of those things, and she was gonna be all psychotic and shit. No, she was just very pretty with black hair. She went to the Lazarus pit to hear her nose.
Maybe she became Talia al Ghul. That's what she is now.
Maybe. You know what? I'm gonna keep that in mind then. Then we got this is the Raw thing that we were talking about. This went right into a 6-women tag, which we get a lot on Raw, and wasn't really crazy about it because it just gave me Raw vibes, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Some of the presentation on not the presentation, some of the reasoning for matches just happening. It was like, oh, this is a Raw thing.
Yeah. I also did not like when they showcased their promos and the big burst of colors came out because it just didn't make it seem serious.
True.
It reminded me more of a reality show than an actual wrestling show.
I get that.
I felt like they were in a Nickelodeon studio.
Yeah, you know what? A little bit.
I was just saying, if you're going to do the all way, someone got to get slime when they lose.
Exactly. Let's do it.
I'm all for that. The colorful slime. We got Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland defeat Drake Maverick. Like, we knew that was not going to... We knew he was going to win.
But for some reason, I still liked the match, though.
It was good.
I gotta give props to Drake Maverick, though.
Yeah. Drake Maverick is good. Julius and Brutus Creed defeat Jerome and Trevor Skelly. They're gonna hurt somebody.
They are, but I like it.
Yeah,
I like those dudes. I thought I wasn't gonna give a crap.
Yeah,
their intensity. I like it.
There are the white version of AOP.
I like them more than AOP. I don't really care for AOP. I don't have feelings for them one way or the other.
Yeah. They actually have more. I think they have more wrestling ability.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, one of them is like an undefeated champion, in the real world.
Yeah, they both are, I think.
But I'm just saying, so I mean, I understand they need to be refined.
Yeah.
Because they are the thing is, they are kind of thrust in the top position because they're in the diamond mine right away.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like top tier. It just is.
Yeah.
So they do need work, but I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of my style of just dudes just beating people up.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're kind of good at that.
And this is where they do get that time. This is the development now. So hopefully they redefine them in a good way. I did like they introduced a female to the Diamond Mine. She looked brolic as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then Malcolm Beavis.
Another actually badass.
Ivy Nails her name.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Kushida. Off her accolades in season of the... Oh, yeah. Yo, he had my favorite line of the show.
Yeah.
Because of Bacha Mania, he had my favorite line.
Yeah.
You talk too much.
There you go. Yeah, Ivy Nile is the new girl. She has accolades in MMA and stuff like that too. So, and she looked like she could crush a coconut with her arms.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. She's a woman I'm scared of. Like, you'd be scared to give her a bad date. You'd be like, oh, damn. She's going to fuck me.
Bad juju. That's all I'm saying.
Let her pick the movie.
Exactly.
And then our main event time, our final match of the night. It was the main event, but final match was Tommaso Ciampa defeats Pete Dunne, Von Wrangler, which looked like a caveman. He's gonna be caveman to me now, and LA Knight in a fatal 4-way title match.
I don't understand the decision to do this. This feels kind of like this is another one of the too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
This is a mainstream idea, not an NXT idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't really digging it. The match I didn't think was bad.
I felt like it was rushed.
I will agree that I don't think that guy added anything to the match.
Not at all.
Like a meaningful way.
He was just there
That's what I don't
to get he was just there to get slapped, pretty much.
Like he was there to do like a few moves and then get dumped out and then never be seen again.
Yeah,
basically.
Pretty much. I honestly, I was surprised Tommaso Ciampa took the title. I don't mind it at all. I love Tommaso Ciampa and him having Goldie back. It's good for them to pretty much get these guys developing and let them pass him, because Tommaso Ciampa is not one person's gonna let you earn. He's gonna make you earn that title.
True.
He's going to beat the shit out of you and make you earn that shit. So I'm fine with him, the champion. I actually thought they were going to go with Pete Dunne, just the fact that Pete Dunne is around the same age as most of these guys that are developing.
Makes sense. I get that.
Like, Pete Dunne is young. Like, he's very young. So it was like, yeah, I thought he would get it. But other than that, I'm 100% fine with Tommaso Ciampa champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then throughout the week, throughout the whole show, we had the little things for Indy Hartwell's and Dexter Lumis's wedding. They were all funny. They all just made me laugh. Austin Theory returning just made me laugh. His character just brought more comedic. His character brought like more comedic gold to this whole situation.
I agree. I thought Johnny Gargano as proud wrestling papa.
Yep.
Best thing. I loved his little speech. I loved the Dexter choking out the priest. And then Beth just being like, I knew something like this would happen, so I just went online and I got ordained, so I'm a minister.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of little things and comedic touches that were actually good.
You know what's funny is, like, you know how easy that is to get?
I'm just saying.
No, like, I almost did it as a joke for Josh, just in case.
I think, like, I remember how easy it was. Like, Kevin Smith had mentioned, like, yeah, you just go on there and just do a few things. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. And then when everyone was like, oh, do you reject this marriage? And fucking Dexter Lumis with the blue. That's going to be, like, my favorite picture of this week is that picture. Because after watching 2.0, I was like, this is me going to Connecticut to WWE headquarters.
The hatchet man.
The hatchet man. That shit had me rolling though. When he popped out the hatchet, I burst out laughing because I did not expect that.
That was cool.
This was probably the cleanest marriage we ever saw on WWE TV.
The cleanest marriage that they can pretend actually happened, because there's one that I think is funny, but it doesn't fly in 2021.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about Billy and Chuck, yo. I still think Eric Bischoff pulling the face thing off and that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
3-minute warning.
It's me.
Yeah, that's crazy. NXT, what grade are you gonna give NXT?
I'll give it a B. Again, I said I give it a B plus. My main issues is just the some I guess you would call it the booking. Yeah. Like that new guy not really adding anything. I don't like the Braun Breaker beating up LA Knight. Like, what purpose did that serve?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a few things that are just like, this doesn't seem like regular NXT stuff, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought it was fine. And the marriage stuff, the championship match is pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a B. I had to rewatch it to really like take it in and see what was my real problems with it, because when I first watched it, it was just more like, oh damn, they just fucked this shit up kind of thing. So I had to get that on my head. I watched it a second time, and I watched it more as just watching NXT, and I feel the vibe. And I honestly, I actually went back to watch like when Big E fought. I think he fought the dude from what's the tag team?
Ascension?
Connor, yeah. Connor was like one of his big opponents in NXT. So I went back to the. I was looking for an old NXT episode. I went back to that episode, and I think that was the debut. I think Leo Kruger fought Bo Dallas in that show too. So it was just like watching that. I see exactly what NXT is trying to do again. So I see exactly like pinpoint of what they're trying to do again. I hope the shows get better. I hope the shows actually show somewhat of the old NXT in match quality and not that camera cuts and things like that. Make it about the wrestling still, because I think that's NXT has been the outlet for the main roster shows. So hopefully they don't lose that at all and just develop it. I see potential in a lot of the guys. I see very vanilla people too. So hopefully they all kind of get into tractions and see where we're going. I have a feeling that honestly, so this will be. What you said?
Go ahead.
No, I have a feeling that.
No, I was gonna say this is gonna be week 2, so we'll see this week, right?
Yep. I have a feeling, honestly, I think Steiner's gonna get drafted right away.
I hope not.
I think he is.
He's a person I wouldn't mind if it was predictable for him to eventually be champion.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope he gets to have time to get acclimated. The people to get acclimated to him, because he doesn't. It's fine that he can say some crazy stuff. Yeah. Kind of reminds you of a Steiner, but like, kind of want to. That's the first time I've ever seen the dude.
Yeah. So
like, I hope he gets some time. Yeah. Give him time.
Yeah, I say give him time. Don't rush it. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a solid B. I had issues with the camera work. I had issues with some of the presentation. I'm glad they didn't change their conversating team. I think they all worked good together. I gotten to like Beth Phoenix on there a lot more now, because she's been very knowledgeable, and it gives you a champion's perspective, because she held titles and things like that. Same thing with Wade Barrett. I always feel like when they don't have like the experience of being a champion, it's hard for them to describe a champion's mentality. So I like having a person that has had that experience on the commentating booth. That just
makes sense, right?
Yeah. Pat McAfee is a little different. And also Cody Graves is a little different, because Cody Graves actually worked in the ring. See, he wrestled. He was a tag champ before. So I give him the credit too.
Well, I give McAfee the pass because he's accompanied by one of the most knowledgeable people in the company. So like that, if you're the second banana to Michael Cole, like, it's okay.
Damn, yo, fucking Big Cash just powerbombed Eddie Edwards' lady.
Oh, okay. Damn.
That's crazy.
I hope he doesn't send him a picture like the other guy did for Chelsea.
That's crazy.
Kicking a knee at her in the face.
Yeah. He just got powerbombed anyway. But yeah, B plus. A B would be good for NXT this week. That's like probably our lowest grade for NXT since
they deserved it. They changed up a little bit too much in a direction we didn't like. It is what it is.
Yes, I don't like change. We go into NXT, AEW. AEW was in Newark, New Jersey, in the Prudential Center where the New Jersey Devils play. Really good crowd. That's one thing I'll give AEW. The crowds are always fun. The crowds are always very energetic, and they do it right to make it energetic. So I'll give them credit. We kick off with CM Punk going on the commentating booth, and then we got Adam Cole hit the ring against Frankie Kazarian.
I thought that was pretty good.
I just like the match. For the Elite Killer.
Wasn't Cole's best match, but I like it.
You know what? For name Elite Killer, he has not killed one person on the Elite.
Only Brandon Cutler. And And even him, he didn't die. So yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying. If you're gonna have a name, you gotta take out some of these motherfuckers. But you know for a fact Cole was not gonna lose this match. So, decent match. I hate when people kick out the Canadian Destroyer or the whatever name you want to call that move. I hate when people kick out because it looks like a very powerful move, and y'all making it a dirty whore, and I don't like it.
That's true. I get that.
Yeah. MJF talks Grand Slam, Brian Pillman, and outsmart him. I actually liked the promo. It was fun.
I agree. Pillman's all right. He's all right.
Dante Martin and Matt Sydal lose to FTR.
I like the match, but again, I will give it all the shit because it's the same thing you say they do a lot. Too much. You knew who was going to win.
Yeah, exactly. And it just, I was like, yeah, I can know.
That was clear. That was like a clear example. But what do you do, Merc, when it's people like that? Like it's you want to showcase the new guys, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard to have them beat people like FTR when like the other tag teams are involved in like the main stuff. So like Butcher and them, they have stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it couldn't be them. Matt Hardy's got a rivalry with like the best friends.
Yeah.
It's hard to make the decision to have these new guys win against some of the big names.
I feel like sometimes, like it don't have to be all the time, but sometimes you could get away with just having them lose to like the newer people. You don't have to do it all the time, but it will give you the feeling of a surprise if like this dude like rolled up Dash Wilder or some shit like that and be like, oh shit. But then again, I looked at the tag team. They never tag team before, and so the inexperience of not being a tag team, things like that, I knew it goes to show. But like say for instance, he was with his tag partner and they like get a surprise roll up win just one time. I'm fine with that. The reason why is the fact that you just added another tag team in the division that could possibly win matches now. It's a double-edged sword, I guess, because you want to keep FTR upstandable, but you also want them to kind of make tag teams as well. So I will say like sometimes the win and loss records don't have to be as dominant as they look.
Gotcha.
I feel like there could be more losses there. I feel like they could have a bad day or bad couple weeks sometimes, especially after losing a title kind of thing, like, and trying to get back into the role of things. Like you could do more storylines in that aspect, and I think I would appreciate it more. I'll be more interested in the matches too. But like this one, I knew for a fact we were just gonna get like a big spots in like. It was going to be big spots and a win for FCR. Because there was like a tag team that they just do. Like, where's your tag team? He forgot to come. Where's your tag? He's still hurt. All right, y'all put together.
Yeah. I mean, literally, almost that's the exact reason.
Yeah.
One dude's brother's hurt, and the other guy, I don't know why he wasn't there.
I'm just saying, I kind of want a black mask to Rosario Dawson right now.
Yes, I agree.
She should get kicked in the head too. Like everyone that's gonna wear that Nightmare shirt gonna get kicked in the head. That should be the target. Everyone that wears a Nightmare shirt get kicked in the head. The return of Cody Rhodes for Alex the Black. Pretty much Rosario Dawson jumped on Alex the Black's back, and then Cody Rhodes runs out and does the save. It was pretty okay, and it is what it is. And I swear to God, if Malachi Black loses next week, you know what's funny is the fact that I'm not going to be surprised at all. I kind of said it already. It's like they'll be dumb to have Malachi lose, but I have a feeling he is going to lose. Just the fact to get Cody Rhodes back into the mix.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that. You can't. On one hand, we could argue.
Yeah,
just let's let Cody lose all the time.
Get kicked in the head.
We could say that. Like I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But realistically, no, you can't do that.
Like if you're building, like right now, you're building Malachi to be this evil thing. He took out everyone in the Nightmare Family. So right now, you could actually have him have the overhand of the Nightmare Family. That's my only thing. You keep him as that top heel kind of thing. Like, this is the first rivalry that Cody couldn't win. What that does to him, it puts him in the title picture. Puts him in pictures that not a lot of people are. If Cody loses, then he loses momentum, and it doesn't have that aesthetic of the character you're trying to build.
Yeah.
That's just me. Dan Lambert came out and talked shit.
Oh yeah,
Josh loves
Please
that guy.
Say shit one more time. Shout outs to Botchamania again, but I know the fans would talk. Well, a lot of people on the internet brought this up. Somebody made the funny clip. Do you remember the episode of South Park?
Depending on
where they said they used the FCC's allowed limit to say the word shit as many times so that's what it felt like. That Dynamite felt like they said shit as many times as the government would allow them. Did you see the promos?
Yeah, I saw the promos. They were funny. The funniest thing is
Jericho said shit like 7 times. He had a song. He said shit. Like it was too much.
Beep 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 beep. The one thing I was funny. I found funny, and I was telling Minion was it's funny that he's talking about all these guys doing the big spots and the big spots and kick out, right? And I was like, but you have 2 guys that do the same exact shit that you're representing.
Scorpio Sky and whatchamacallit?
And Ethan Page.
Not Ethan Page. He doesn't do that.
Page. Huh? Well, Scorpio Sky does. 100%.
Ethan Page doesn't do that.
Scorpio Sky, 100%.
I wouldn't say Ethan Page though. Okay. That's my guy.
All right.
Karate Man, no way.
Karate Man, no way. Ethan Page, yes.
Was he like that at Impact though? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was.
Because truth be told, he was. Wow. Okay.
He was.
Okay.
He had more. He had like a more technical base though, but he was kind of like that still.
Okay.
Yeah, Jade versus Leyla Hirsch.
Pretty much a dark match.
Yeah.
It was an AEW dark match.
Probably the longest Jade match I've seen, but it was
It still wasn't as bad as like Bfab this week.
Yeah, Bfab was just
like
bad.
There's just a technical level. There's a technical level that at least she's better than that. Like I'd say she was better than she was against Red Velvet.
Yeah.
But again, in comparison to the other women that are given spotlights, nah. You know what I mean? So
then we also had Hobbs beat the crap out of CM Punk during that time.
I thought this was funny.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was funny.
Then we got.
I love Taz being an asshole.
Yep. That was good. Darby Allin versus Shawn Spears.
I like the match. Again, right. I'm kind of sad. I know. He always loses.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's one of the few people that, at some points, he genuinely seems like he's trying to kill the other person. So I appreciate that. He's very good at that.
Okay. Then you had Bryan Danielson challenging Kenny Omega.
And he said shit back and forth with Don Callis. That's what I was talking about. Yep. They had the whole thing with them. You're a Cardi piece of shit. And the crowd started chanting, piece of shit, piece of... They were going to summon the demon that night. I'm just saying.
The shit demon.
Not the kiss demon either.
It was a good promo. I'm just excited to see Daniel Bryan versus Omega next week. It's going to be a good match. It's not for the title, but it's going to be an ass whooping. So Daniel Bryan, most likely Bryan's going to win that match.
It's going to be good. I know that much.
And then main event was John Mox and Eddie Kingston versus 2.0. I felt like this shouldn't have been a main event, to be honest. Sorry.
I agree.
It was just a beatdown, and then Suzuki comes in with Lance Hoyt and Lance Archer, and they're gonna line up fighting next week. I think at Rampage they're fighting, or on Dynamite. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Didn't care for the match though.
All right, it must deserve. I will say credits to Punk for explaining the Suzuki incident because I only seen it.
Okay.
Like trending, I didn't exactly know what it was, although it was the same thing I mentioned.
Yeah.
About the not letting his song play. So.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was. Yeah.
So I like that Punk literally explained the entire thing. So.
You were not the only one that was mad about that.
He was mad about it. That's the whole thing. Suzuki himself was like, "What the fuck? Come on."
Yep. What are you gonna give AEW?
A B plus. It was a good show.
B+.
Main event was a little lackluster.
A good to be.
The women's match wasn't all that, but like mostly everything else was good, and all the promo stuff I thought was either very good or hilarious. Again, I just told you why I thought it was funny. So yeah.
I go to B. Solid B. And then we're going to Smack. I did not get to watch Impact Wrestling. I'm actually looking at Victory Road right now on mute, but I did not get to watch Impact. I heard it was a good show. I did not get to watch it yet, so I'll take Joshy's word for it.
Okay.
Do you want to talk anything about Dark or Elevation?
Not this week. Nothing really stood out this week on Dark.
No problem. Did they go to the studio thing this week?
No. Actually, they were in the arena still.
Okay, so party's this week.
So I think it starts Monday. Yeah.
Okay. And now we go to SmackDown. We kick off with Roman Reigns talking about the Baszler and Lesnar, and then our WWE champion comes out, and that was actually really pretty cool, pretty fun. And we got the Usos.
It just made me smile.
Yeah.
It just made me happy.
Yeah, I see it. Look, it's contagious for our Big E as champion. He teamed up with Finn Balor versus the Usos. I actually thought that was a really good match, a really fun match.
I agree. Very, very good. Probably, I will give them credit. That was probably one of the best tag team matches this week.
Yep, that was really good. We got Big E. We got Rick Boogs defeat Robert Roode and Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz and attack Nakamura.
Now here's my problem, Mert. Okay. We just got through talking about Nakamura's IC title reign, right?
Yeah.
He could have had a match of some importance, but they let Rick Boogs is like 3-0.
Yeah.
So you couldn't have split that up and have Nakamura have a championship match 1 week, like 2 weeks ago, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel like
on one hand, I'm happy. Boogs is beating people, but it seems weird. You know?
I feel like IC title should have the same thing as the US title and just have open challenges every other week. Have new faces go for the title and not just like this. It doesn't have to be a rivalry to go for the title. Just have new faces challenge for it. I wouldn't see Nakamura versus like. Imagine Dominic going for the IC title against Nakamura.
Agree.
Things like that. Like things surprise you.
Scott Steiner doesn't like that.
Scott Steiner don't like a lot of shit. He mad his nephew is looking better than him. But yeah, and then we got the return of Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. They beat up Nakamura and Boogs. And he's going to get a title shot. So it's going to be Apollo Crews versus Nakamura for the IC title next week.
Let's see it. I'm looking forward to it.
We had Happy Corbin unleash a vicious assault on Kevin Owens.
I don't know, man. This whole thing was just silly.
Yeah.
So they just didn't have the match, right?
No,
he beat up KO and they didn't have the match.
Yeah, he just beat the shit out of him. Yeah, Seth Rollins in this fucking Silver Surfer suit.
His P Diddy suit, his P Diddy 94,
right?
The bad boy can't stop, won't stop suit.
Yeah, that's true dope. Good promo.
Very good. I have to give credit. I'm kind of siding with Seth and Edge being like the better story than Roman and Brock.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I'm kind of siding towards Seth. Seth right now is my favorite promo on SmackDown. Yeah. Just really, he's starting to edge out Roman.
Yeah,
because he's crazy.
He's nuts. We got Tony Storm versus Lib Morgan defeats Carmella and Zelina Vega by countout. This was the match that was supposed to take place last week. So they put it on this week. Nothing really happened special in this match. It was okay. she almost broke Carmella's nose, and she was like, "Oh hell no," and left the ring.
I felt like if the Mandy Rose thing didn't happen, this would have felt fresh, but this kind of felt rehashed in my head. That's immediately where my mind went.
And then Sami Zayn defeats Dominic Mysterio for like the third week in a row.
Yeah, this is kind of my low point. I didn't really care.
And then we got Becky Lynch crashing Bianca Belaire's homecoming celebration.
Oh, this was funny.
That was cool.
Becky was, what was her name? She called herself something Spice. Like I saw she put up, like it was like, I think it was Beck Spice.
Beck Spice or something like that, yeah.
But like I saw the Photoshop of her and the Spice Girls. It was great.
It was cool.
She looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
I appreciate the work they did for Bianca.
Yeah.
This week because she was in her hometown.
And Kane.
And like they showed a lot of stuff. So.
And it's always nice.
Yeah, but Kane's fine and all, but he be saying some stuff about some political stuff that be seeming a little like what? Why? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So.
Yeah, he gave the key to the city.
But yes, good to see. That like a Kingdom Hearts key. I'm just.
That was 100% a Kingdom Hearts key. Like what door that opens?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good little promo. She got rock bottom. Becky leaves.
Manhandle slam. Come on.
Manhandle slam. It was rock bottom.
I know.
Anyway, I think they're gonna set up Extreme Rules match coming up. So looking forward to see that match. That'll be the first Becky actual match, and because she has not wrestled since then.
I noticed they changed the picture of Extreme Rules. Is no longer Roman and Brock. It's now Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
She just took over the promo. Like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What do you give AEW? No, AEW. SmackDown.
I want to say an A- because all the matches were good, and most of the promo stuff was good. But like the one low spot was the end of the women's tag.
Yeah.
It was like I told you my mind immediately went to something else they already did.
Yeah.
And then Dominic and Sami Zayn was just like, why?
Yeah.
Because it didn't progress the story.
No, it did not.
That's the whole thing.
I'm waiting for Rey Mysterio.
Nothing happened.
Fight
Rey
Sami Zayn.
Or Rey Mysterio to turn into Tiger Dad, like, and start.
Yeah.
No, son, you gotta go hard. You gotta go harder, like go crazy, like something. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
He still seemed like a perfectly reasonable parent.
Yeah.
So.
I'll give it a A- as well. I think the show could have been better with certain with the at least again switch it up. Put it Rey Mysterio versus Sami Zayn. We haven't seen that yet, so I actually want to see that. So, I feel like they're doing at least trying to do something with the IC title again. Like I feel like the IC title should have some open challenges and just get new people going for that title. Other than that, yeah, I wish the women got something more of an actual win or things like that. But it kind of leads up to Lib Morgan versus Selena Vega next week. So at least she gets a one-on-one match, and we won't see Toni Storm again for a while, I guess. I like the Naomi thing.
Man, she did. Yeah. Okay. Props. Yeah. That was all right. That might have been like one of my favorite women's segments this week. Cause like, yeah, she's about to go off.
Yeah.
Stop playing with that woman.
She's gonna kill her. She's gonna shank her.
Although. Do you think this is going to end up with her versus Sonya at some point?
I feel like it could. I wouldn't mind Sonya actually came back in the ring either, so I would not mind that at all.
Yeah, that's my one hope.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind that.
So
I'll give it, A- is solid. I'll give it probably the highest rated show this week. I did not watch UK, and I heard UK was really good, so that might be better, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really say. Now we go to AEW Rampage. We had Lucha Bros versus Butcher and the Blade for the tag team titles.
So it was pretty good. It was all right. I mean, after that last match, it's just like every match needs to be a banger, man.
Yeah.
They set the bar so high.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So it was just like a regular ass tag team. I appreciate some of the scumbaggery during the match. the tying the mask up and making him sacrifice his mask to save his brother was like, all right, that's something
I thought that
different.
was
That's
cool.
fine.
That was the highlights of the match, and then the shenanigans in the end, and then the save with the Ortiz and Santana.
So like a lot of the story stuff was better than the actual match. The match was okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. We had the Bunny versus Anna Jay. I actually thought that was kind of awkward because she left with the Hardys and then she also had to come back out.
I thought that was funny. That made me laugh.
Match wasn't. I'll say the match was
right.
okay. It was nothing special.
My question is, where did Anna Jay get that cake from? She did not look like that before she left. Just saying.
She sat there.
Shout outs to her. Shout outs to her.
And then we had Miro versus Fuego del Sol. He sacrificed his car for another title match. And
he went all in.
He went all in. Haha, he did the pay-per-view. All right.
So
I'm going to say Fuego del Sol. If you're going to buy all this money on a car, yo, get a fitted mask. Your mask looks retarded on you. That is all.
Oh man.
They have the ones that tie from the bottom.
I like.
Huh?
Oh no, that's the ties for the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, they have those. Like it looks funny because his
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, his mask in the bottom doesn't fit his face, and it just looks like a fucking. It looks like a Party City mask, and it annoys me.
Party City. Oh man.
I'm like, yo, get a better string on it. Don't tie from the back. Tie from the bottom. It actually looks more fitted to your face. Other than that, it was okay. Good story stuff. It's going to lead to Sami Guevara versus Ramiro at New York next week's Rampage or Dynamite. He's going to fight with them too.
Now, is this his first match that hasn't been involved with the Inner Circle and the MJF people, like all that? 'Cause I haven't seen Sami have a match
this year. Yes.
Yeah, he's been tied up in that stuff. Okay,
yeah, so this is first, and then there's a title match.
So that's pretty cool.
Sami Guevara versus Miro. It'll probably be next week on Rampage or Dynamite. I'm not sure which one. Rampage, Dynamite next week. It looks extremely stacked. It looks like a pay-per-view, like its own little pay-per-view. I think it's going to be probably the highest rated show because of the quality of what they have in store. So there's something to really look forward to in that show.
Good.
And this first New York show.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's very cool.
Yeah. So we got Bryan Danielson versus Omega going to be on Ramp. I think it will be on Dynamite. You have CM Punk versus Hobbs on the Rampage next week. So you pretty much have a pay-per-view for next week's Dynamite.
Cool. I give this week's a B-.
I give it a C+.
Nothing was bad.
I'm giving it a C+. For beyond the story stuff, there was not enough just to keep me watching for the hour. I didn't really care for the hour of TV that I watched. The only thing I really got into was the Miro match.
Gotcha.
That was my only take. So
I can see that.
Nothing really. The Anna Jay match, I wish was better. I kind of wanted to see a good women's match, and I really rarely see good women's match out of AEW sometimes, and that really disappoints me. So it takes away score for me as well.
I get that.
All right. So
100%.
Next week's Rampage is going to be 2 hours long, and then Dynamite is going to be just regular hours. So the Dynamite, we're going to have Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. We're going to have CM Punk another interview. He's always talking. For the last story, he's always talking. Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. MJF versus Brian Pillman Jr. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Ruby Soho for the women's title. And then FTR versus Sting and Darby Allin. That's what we're going to get for Dynamite. The Rampage, we're going to get Powerhouse Hobbs versus CM Punk. You know who's going to win that. Punk is beating Hobbs. Hobbs not beating Punk. Eddie Kingston, John Moxley versus Suzuki and Lance Archer. You got Lucha Bros and Santana Ortiz versus Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade. Anna Jay and Penelope Ford next week. I look forward to that match. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. And then you have Men of the Year versus Chris Jericho and Jack Hager.
Oh, okay.
I think that's Jericho's debut to Rampage, first match on Rampage.
Okay. Is again, some of it is predictable, right?
Half of it.
The one thing I hope is not. One thing I hope is not though. I hope Ruby wins. That's all I'm saying.
I was saying that wins. Too. I could see Ruby
I also
taking
have to
the
give
title.
her credit too.
Yeah.
I have to give her credit too because the promo between her and Britt was actually really
that was good. You know what? I changed my C+
talking to between those two.
Yeah,
very good.
I forgot about that. So you know what? I'll give it a B-. That was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I give that a Rampage a B- because of that. But yeah. I like the again. Next week is gonna be a crazy show. I almost was able to go, but I called out this week, so I can't do it next week. So I'll watch it on TV. Joshy and my boy Aaron's gonna be there, so hopefully they have a great time.
Nice.
But it looks like it's gonna be a hell of a show.
Good.
Other than that, podcast we listen to, there's a really good one with Odyssey Jones on After the Bell. Ruby Soho on Talk Is Jericho was a really good conversation. New Day Pod talked about mental health, and they talked about Daphne's passing away and things like that. It's a really good listen. I recommend everyone that has any issues with that, like, listen to that podcast. It was very, very positive and very, very informative. So check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, that's all I got.
Yes, sir. No, I didn't get to hear anything this week.
Biggie, world champion.
Yes, sir.
That's all.
Number one.
Matters. Yes. Big E, your new world champion. I'm excited to see his side of range.
Or say, long may he reign. Let's not have this be he's champ for a month or something. I want Big E around as champion.
And shouts out to his fucking outfit, the Fuji's with New Day.
So that was the album cover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know it's the Godfather font and everything, but that's the Fuji's, the album cover.
Yep,
okay,
yep.
Cool.
Yep, exactly. So shout outs to that. All right, so I guess we wrap this up. I'm Mark Mike. He's Louie Beans, and follow us on Red Cyclone Inc. on Spotify. It's the easiest way to get all our podcasts. We have the weekly The Wrestling Babble and Guest Spare Show podcast. We also got the monthly The Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, Not a Trekkie, and Gamer Rage podcast. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. All Mark the Mike. Follow Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. Also, we have a WordPress. Also, what else is it? Spotify, SoundCloud. You know what to do. Hit those follows, man. Follow.
Yep. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
You know, maybe this week we let him have a sandwich because he's a Big E supporter. So
yes,
maybe.
Maybe. Everyone gets a sandwich this week because of Big E. Langston.
Yeah, okay. Big E Langston.
You gotta call the sandwich.
Salute him so hard. He has to salute him so hard the sandwich curls upward.
There you go. And it has to be called the Langston. The sandwich is going to be called the Langston. I don't know what the ingredients will be. Yeah, decide that. I just thought about that.
Meat. I don't know. Just meat.
It's just meat. Every single meat that's in that deli cabinet has to be on that sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Everything.
Yes. So peace out. Laters. And yeah, follow Jinkies.